Okay, so again, very welcome everyone. We are here now with 5 people, just at the evening here in Germany, and we will today discuss some additional topics about DeFiChain DEX trading, and also very welcome to everyone who is now listening on YouTube, on our YouTube channel Dex Trading Vision. Yeah, if you haven't done so, please, before you are going to watch this Dex Trading Beginners Workshop Edition 2, please start with the first edition, which is already available on YouTube. And you can also comment there and ask for additional questions which came up with watching this workshop. So like the last time, I did prepare a little presentation, PowerPoint presentation, and yeah, let me just briefly introduce our team. So we are 7 people who are active under the name Dex Trading Live, and yeah, we are dedicated to, for example, also giving workshops like right now about the D-asset trading on the DeFiChain DEX. And also we are having a YouTube channel and a Telegram channel where you can get in touch with us and can discuss many topics about D-asset trading. And we also have a website. I will show you that later. And from my side, the most interesting thing is the Dex Trading Masters, which is a trading competition. And I also will come to this topic today during this workshop. So first of all, I have to start again with a little disclaimer. So you all have to know that this is not an investment advice. So actually, I'm not allowed to give any investment advice. I couldn't do so. I would need a license here in Germany, and just that you know, you have to see this as a education or more like an entertainment thing. And with that also it comes that any opinions and communications and everything else what is available on this workshop is not that I am responsible for that. So it's obvious that I can also make some mistakes, and it's always your job to check the facts. And also it's about that if you're making some losses due to some information given here, or maybe even do not profit because you're making some false decisions due to this workshop, it's not our responsibility. So please always check the information which are given here, and yeah, I think that should be enough, and clearly stated that this is no investment advice. So this is the very short looking agenda, but actually there's a lot of material and topics behind it. And yeah, last time I did talk about the introductory information, which are still into this slides here, but I will not repeat it again. So if you haven't done so, please watch the first workshop before this one. And last time we also did talk about the trading system itself. So we did talk about its uniqueness and how actually the system is working. Why are the D assets trading in DUSD relatively to its underlying asset price, so the oracle price of the actual asset, in a range of about plus and minus 5%. So that are very basic information, but definitely important to understand first. How is this system, which is a hybrid system, algorithmically system, how is it actually working? And then if you understand this, you can go on with the practical things. And today we will go into more practical things. So we will actually start to speak about the DEX trading, some general information, but then my aim is to discuss long and short positions with you. So more important from my side, I think, is short positions. So if you are able to manage short positions, so shorting on the DeFiChain DEX, it's a pretty powerful tool. And then after these theoretical things, we will also go into other tools which you can use to analyze the DEX, analyze data which are important for you to make good trading decisions. And yeah, and then on top, I actually want to do some live trading here. So I will mirror my light wallet, and yeah, we can start a short position, and if we have time, also a long position. And I will try to show you how exactly my way of thinking is when I start some trades. Okay. So would be just interested, did some of you already watch the first edition of the beginner's workshop? You can also write it in the chat if you want, just to make sure that you are still awake and listening.
Yes, I did. Thanks.
So everyone is here still. That's good. Then let me have a look at the slides. Let's start with this one, because one goal obviously is also to motivate you to join the next upcoming DeFiChain Dex Trading Masters, which will be the 5th edition. And for those of you who don't know already, let me just explain what we are doing there. So it's basically that everyone can join and register for this competition. And then over a period of about 1 month, it's in blockchain blocks, of course, but it's basically 1 month we are trading, and there will be a ranking on the profits everyone is making. So if you want to start and compete there, the registration for DTM5 is already opened. So let me briefly explain what you have to do if you want to compete. This is our website here. So it's Dex Trading Masters 5. Alex did call it the repack edition, which is pretty cool. So registration is open, and the competition starts at block 3,655,800, which is 22nd of January. And then it's about 1 month, and with a competition ending block, everyone has to end their trades and swap everything back to DUSD, and this is then the final result. So the registration process is also explained here. It is not that complicated, but if you are going to register, please follow exactly these steps. So you create a new DeFiChain address in your wallet. Then you send 525 DUSD to this wallet and 3 DFI. And then please send 25 DUSD, which is the enrollment fee, to this address. And then contact someone of us. You can, for example, contact the X accounts of Alex or of the Dex Trading Live team and just tell us that you have made these steps, and then you are in. And then the competition starts with the starting block. So the 3 DFI are for transaction costs, because every transaction on the blockchain has a little transaction fee paid in DFI. But also important is if you want to create a vault, and basically it's you should do so if you want to do short trades. If you want to open a vault, you have to pay 2 DFI to make this. 1 DFI is burned, and the other one you will get back when you close this vault. And then, out of these 25 DUSD enrollment fee, 90% are given back by prices. The other 10% are this time burned, because we called it the repack edition. And then you have here the share of the winnings. So the first person will get 26%, and place number 10 to 15 will get 1% each. So last time, I think the price for the first one was about 400 DUSD on top. And this is on top of the profit this person has made. And also, every time we have very nice sponsorings of DeFiChain related projects. And this time we can be happy to have Million Pixel DFI as a sponsor. The protocol owner is giving 3,000 pixels to the first place, 2,000 to the second, and 1,000 to the third one. Then also we are having the eBox team with their eBox protocol and the eBox token. They are giving 100,000 eBox token, also distributed with this percentage here. And they also have an MLand protocol running already. You might have heard about that. On top also they are giving 25,000 MLand token. Then also our sponsor is Chain Report, which is a text tool. So the first place will get a trader's license. Third, fourth, and fifth place will get an investor's license. And then we will have Bitvestors. If they are close brands, they are giving a gift box. And Jellyfish NFTs for the sixth place. Then on top, we have 10 times 10 DUSD in the CryptoFactor token from CryptoFactor, who's going to start his protocol very soon, I think. Also, a pre-sale is coming very soon. And 100 DUSD in CryptoFactor token for the place 1 to 50. This is done together with unseren. So both of them are sponsoring some nice CryptoFactor token. And then also from the eBox team, they are going to start an additional protocol in the DeFi meta chain, which is called oneup.ai. And the top 10 will get each a whitelist pre-sale spot. So, and yeah, I just did talk about this for quite some time now, because I think it's very amazing that we have these sponsors, and they are just donating, also promoting their project, but it's just amazing that they are with us and giving us the chance to have additional nice prizes. So thank you very much to all of our sponsors. Yeah, and for you, I just want to motivate you, if you are willing to join, please do so. So even if you think you will not make it in the top 10 or something, it's just very good to get some experience, and then you can join also our Telegram channel, and everyone is just chatting there during the trading days, and you can get advice there, and it's just nice to have this competition thrill there going on. Makes everything even more exciting. Okay. Yeah, I know that Crypto Factor did join already twice at the Dex Trading Masters. Unseren, obviously. So Unseren did make the first place last time. He just 4x'd his initial 500 USD, which is just amazing. And I don't know, Han Solo, someone else did already join?
Yes, I've already joined once, but
you did?
Yes, I don't have time at all. Unfortunately, I work in the market hours.
Yeah, I see. Yeah, I mean, then also I can talk a little bit about some strategies if you are not having that much time. I think I will just then come back later to this point, what you can do if you are quite busy during the market hours to still make a trade and just monitor your trade with some notifications.
Yes, that would be awesome. Thanks.
Yeah, I think we can do this today. Okay, so then I will go back to the slides. Oh no, that was not correct. So very briefly, Chain Report is our sponsor, but I would recommend them even if they weren't our sponsor, because it's just for DeFiChain the best tax tool, because I don't know any other tax tool which can actually synchronize the wallets of DeFiChain with the data and actually have the accurate fiat prices of the assets and the DUSD, even with the DEX stubby fee included there. So you will have your perfect balance, what actually happened in fiat during the trading time. And I'm using Chain Report myself, and they are also pretty good with regards to the prices. I think one of the most cheap tax tool out there, and besides DeFiChain, they have many more blockchains integrated and also services. Okay, so then let's dive in the trading topics. So first of all, some theoretical stuff. Let's talk about long and short positions. So a long position is, it's just that you buy a D asset with your GSD and speculate on a rising price of the D asset on the DeFiChain DEX. And when you are in profit, so the D asset is increasing in price, you sell your D asset again with profit if it is successful. What you can also do on the DeFiChain, because we are having short ETFs there. So for example, the BT, which is the Bitcoin futures short ETF, and SH, which is the short ETF on the S&P 500. If you short a short ETF, you are actually long on the asset. And because on DeFiChain it's possible to build a looped short position by putting DUSD into a vault, minting the D asset, selling it for the DUSD, then you are short, and you can use this DUSD again, put it in the vault and loop for some time. So then if you do this with a short ETF, it's actually a long position, a leveraged long position on a leverage long position on the underlying asset. A little bit more complicated, but pretty effective during the Dex Trading Masters is shorting, because what I just explained, the possibility to build looped short positions gives you the opportunity to have quite a bigger amount than the initial DUSD in your position. So if you, for example, start with the 500 DUSD, put it in a vault, and then start these loops, you can end up with a D asset being worth around 1000 USD in a short position. It's of course more complicated and definitely needs more experience and skills, but if you make then 5% gains with this loop short position on 1000 USD, so equivalent in the D asset, you have a 50 USD gain, which is on your initial position already a 10% gain. So just to say it again, you borrow a D asset, sell the D asset for DUSD, and then you are short and you can build leverage short positions. And what is actually behind that? That are the DeFiChain vaults. And we can have a look here at some vaults at the DeFiScan.live, which is the DeFiChain block explorer. You will find here many more things about the DEX, the blocks, vaults, oracles, governance, and so on, the master nodes. And yeah, let's just have a look here, and maybe we can find someone who's actually short on an asset. I will not pick this one because yesterday in the German edition of the workshop I did pick this one, and it turned out that this guy is actually doing liquidity mining with the Eddy token here. So he minted this Eddy token and put it with additional DUSD in the liquidity mining pool. This could also be, but I will not pick this one because he has also DFI with it, and for building a short position I would always recommend to just use DUSD. We will come to this later. Honzan, where's your vault? Tell me. Okay, here's someone, a little one. Okay, we can briefly talk about the vaults. So depending on the vault scheme you have chosen, you have to pay interest rate, of course, if you borrow an asset. So this guy has chosen a 150% minimum collateralization ratio. So if his vault and the CR drops underneath this value, he will get liquidated, he or she. And depending on the vault scheme you are using, so you can also use a 1000% minimum CR, then you have to pay less interest rate on your loan, but of course you cannot mint that much, and you are more fast to get liquidated. Okay, this person has 2.68 DUSD as collateral, and he minted the VBK ETF. And now we can have a look on his address. He has more than one vault. Also, he seems to do this loop vaults just with USD to earn some negative interest, but it might actually be that this person is actually short on the VBK, because as you can see here in his balance, he doesn't own any VBK anymore. So it might be that he has sold this VBK for DUSD. We cannot know this because it's always possible that someone is using several addresses, but yeah, just if we look at this one address, it might be that this is actually a short position. Okay, then I will go over to the next slide. So I did call it short position, what to consider. So I did say already that DUSD is preferable to use as a collateral when shorting, so when actually shorting during trading, because other than DFI and the other cryptos, which you can use as collateral, DUSD is always $1 in the D token system. So the value of your collateral then is fixed to a dollar amount, and you don't have to care about any fluctuations of the prices of your collateral. But of course, the loan, so the asset you are minting, is changing according to the active price of the corresponding oracles. So the blockchain, and this was also discussed in the first workshop, is frequently fed with oracle data from different sources. So the blockchain actually has the state of the prices of the underlying assets. But, and this is also pretty interesting to know when you are doing the shorts, what makes it way more easy actually is to know about active prices, because, and we can see this here, let's just pick one asset. Okay, we will pick Google. Okay, that was not intended by me. So you can see here the active price currently of Google is $130.9. And now it's important to know that the active price always is changing in a period of 120 blocks. So we are right now at block. So we are here at this point, 57 more blocks to go, and the active price will become the next one. And always the next price is already known. So if we are now, for example, short on Google, and depending on our skills and experience, we are going very low or not that low to the minimum collateralization ratio, it's not that risky if you know what you do, because at this state we already know the prices for 57 plus additional 120 blocks, because we know also the next active price. So then you can, on top of that, watch the actual markets, what is happening with the oracles, where's the price going, but still the oracle price, which is on the blockchain, will not become the active price immediately. So there's a kind of delay with the prices, and this, from my perspective, makes shorting way more safe if you know what you are doing compared to shorting somewhere else. So maybe on a centralized exchange where if the market turns against you, you can get liquidated very fast. And yeah, here you have this an additional time always to adjust your strategy, to adjust your strategy and act accordingly to the active and the next prices, and of course also on the oracle prices. Yeah, I think we covered all points here. So then also, okay, no, there's some more general things. So from my perspective, always choose a safe collateralization ratio according to your trading skills and experience. So myself, when I'm trading at Dex Trading Masters, I most of the time I go directly to the 150% border, but yeah, I have the experience and can kind of foresee a little bit what my next what my next moves have to be to stay safe there. So I would recommend to start slowly, not to risk too much. And yeah, of course, always consider the actual asset price and the premium and discount on the D-asset DEX, because we are trading kind of the underlying market, because the system is working with the underlying Oracle prices, but still we are trading on the DEX, and there is always this movement around the Oracle prices. So just for a beginner, I would always say it's more safe to start a short position in a premium. So when the asset is too expensive on the DEX, and start a long position when the asset is in a discount. Yeah, like I said before, so short trades can be very effective and can give you very nice chances to profit. And of course, you have the risk to get liquidated, so you should know what you are doing. But if you are knowing the underlying rules, which we were just talking about, it will enable you to make some more rational moves, and also to be calm during the process of shorting. And yeah, it's just, I think, fair to say it's more risk low short trading actually than on some other protocols or other actual trading markets, centralized exchanges, because you always have this period of active price and also know the next active price here on DeFiChain. So then another point is that you can use the service of DeFiChain -Dobby. There you can monitor your vault and also set notifications. So it's pretty easy to set up. And I'm not doing this during the active trading, but this is some point, for example, if you are building some more medium or let's say long-term short positions, just to get a notification there is possible. You can connect to your Telegram account, and then you can set up when the service should inform you. For example, you want to get a notification when your vault CR drops below 170% or something. So you will know in time what you have to do, or that you have to react and adjust your short position. Okay, did someone of you already use the vault or did a short on the DeFiChain DEX?
A few times.
Yeah, okay. I do trust that you did. Yeah. Others of you can also write in the chat if you want. Okay. Then, also interesting, to not be that feared of getting liquidated, are the following information. What actually happens during the process of liquidations at DeFiChain. Because there is, and if you are prepared and know this, there's the possibility to bid on the auctions of your own liquidated collateral. So in the event of liquidation, you lose your collateral, you will keep your loan, and then the collateral will be auctioned. So for example, you have a wallet with 1000 USD, minted some D Tesla, and then run into an event of liquidation. If you are prepared, you can bid on this auction yourself. So what actually is happening, the first bid, the minimum bid, is set. It's based on the loan amount. And on top of that, there's a liquidation penalty of 5%, which is burned later when the auction is finished. So bids, of course, must be in the D asset in which the loan was paid out, because everything has to be in the equal state afterwards. You will keep your D asset when you are liquidated, so someone needs to pay it back to the blockchain and is bidding on the collateral, which you have been losing. So the possibility just to bid yourself and the fact that the vault owner is getting the surplus of the bid, so the surplus of the D asset, which was then paid for the collateral, the surplus to the minimum bid is given back to the loan owner, to the vault owner. What happens when you are bidding just yourself on this auction is that you are, besides the 5% liquidation penalty, will maybe lose some slight transaction costs and maybe some increased costs because the DEX price is unbalanced, because you had to buy this D Tesla than to bid on your collateral. But actually, and I did it myself, it's not that bad then. If you're prepared, have some spare USD in the back, and you auction on it yourself, place a bid which is way above the actual collateral value. It doesn't matter, because you are getting back. If you're the winner, you will get the collateral and the surplus of the D Tesla to the minimum bid. It's just that you lose a very small amount, which is not that bad compared to if you're not doing so. Unseren, have you been liquidated once?
Not really. I'm very cautious about vaults, and I have some irrational block to go to 150% exactly, even in looped vaults.
Okay. Yeah, okay. So you're more careful then. Okay.
If I can add one thing that comes to my mind is about Adobe. I use it especially when I have short for the longer than 1 day. So during the night, it's really valuable to get info about your vault. If something gets really bad, you can miss some earnings or something that moves the oracles or so. And also in case that you mentioned that if you have also DeFi or some crypto which is moving during the night as a collateral, it's additional risk.
Yes, of course. Yeah. So it depends. When you are sleeping, of course, you are not able to react. And then you have to consider, are markets, meaning are the oracles still moving? So I'm lucky when I'm at sleep, trading hours and also aftermarket hours are over most of the time, and so oracles are not moving and I cannot get liquidated. But yeah, it's an important factor to consider. Always to adjust, be more careful, and know what you're doing when opening your short positions. But also don't be afraid to do it, because I can just remember it's a powerful tool, and yeah, if you see a the asset just overpriced there, and then no one is closing their long position and you start to short against this. You are moving the price down, and then maybe some people in long positions are waking up and maybe even feeling triggered or getting fearful that the price will drop further, start to close their long positions, and then you can close your short positions and have made some profits with a falling price. And yeah, that's pretty interesting and powerful if you ask me. Okay, then we can get over to the trading tools, and let me start with investing.com. So it's just one possibility to use. I use investing.com. I have a watch list here, and you can make an account, and there are other possibilities to watch the actual asset markets, but I will show you my investing.com, and I have here a watch list with all the assets, which are also on the DeFiChain DEX as the assets. And so I have here always the prices. So not always, but when I'm at my computer and are very just focus on DEX trading, this window is always opened, and then I have an overview what's actually happening here on the DEX. So you can also get the extended hours, which are starting in 1 hour, the after hour markets, and also the pre-markets are shown here. I will now just take them out. Yeah, and so you can see what happened today. It was, let's say, a pretty red day. And I think, yeah, that's, I think, easy to understand. You have to know what is happening at the actual markets, because that is what is influencing the oracles on the DeFiChain DEX. So then here I can just switch if I'm interested in Microsoft, or if I just want to have the SPY. It's in the list already, but if I don't want to look, then here, and I have it on top. So here I can always watch the markets. So then on the DeFiChain side, so for analyzing the blockchain, for also watching live data and so on, and what is going on the DeFiChain DEX, what are the prices and so on. Here are, yeah, the most important tools. And one tool which every successful DeFiChain DEX trader should use is DeFiChain.trade. This was built by Ruben some time ago and also funded by a community fund. Unfortunately, he had to stop, but yeah, Alex managed to find Sasha, and Sasha is also part of our DEX trading team, and he's now improving this and maintaining it, and it's just a wonderful tool which empowers us, yeah, non-tech freaks also to be compatible. And so this is DeFiChain.trade, and there's already a video, but it's in German language by Alex on our YouTube channel, where he explained all the different features here. But I will do it also here in the workshops, because it's just that important. And what we are going to do now, first of all, the explore mode here. So you have the possibility to explore blockchain data, so especially dedicated to the D-Asset DUSD system, but also for other swaps like DFI, ETH. And then you have the possibility here to filter for pool swaps or pool liquidity, which are add pool liquidity and remove pool liquidity. Loans, so take loan, payback loan, and then you have the possibility to gather some very interesting information. And we will now look at the pool swaps. And then you have the possibility to add addresses. So you click here on account, addresses, and here you can create a new address group, give it a name, add the address. Can add another name because you can add here several addresses to an address group, save the group, and then it's saved. You go back to explore, and then you can filter here for addresses. And so I'm monitoring the Jassphere vault, for example, and here's my DTM4 address. And yesterday I did this also with the guys in the German workshop. And what I did, I showed them how to do a short position. And yesterday at 9:30, I swapped 15 euro, so the uranium ETF for DUSD, and also started a long position on Disney, and then showed them how to set notifications. And today I bought back the euro with a little profit. I made some, I think, 3 DUSD with both of these trades. And I think now it's best to show you the mempool, because Dex Trading, DeFiChain.trade offers you the possibility to watch the mempool, and the mempool are the transactions which are just coming in. So it's basically that just someone made a pool swap, 600 DFI for DUSD, and here you have the address, so you can click here directly on it, and you have his address. You can find out some interesting information about this address, and this address is now in the mempool, and with the next block, the next state is put on to the blockchain. So masternodes are now minting the next block, and everything what is in the mempool will get put into the next block. So watching this during trading days and next to it, having the overview over the actual market is what I can just recommend when you have a lot of time. Of course, when you are at work, it's not possible. Maybe just from time to time to have a look there. But if you are actually doing, let's call it day trading, and having the possibility here to watch actual market and what is going on at the DEX is pretty important. So let's just come back to the mempool. So what you can do here, because when there's high activity on the DEX, at the moment it seems not to be that case, but a lot of transactions are coming in. You have the possibility here on the side, we now have to wait for some transactions to hide them. So set Oracle data, transaction type, we don't want to see that, so I'm hiding it. Matic for DFI, not important for me. Pool swaps I definitely want to see, but Matic not, so I'm hiding Matic. And so you can hide different transaction types. Take loan, can hide it, but I will not, because take loan can give you some important information. If someone is taking a loan of a D asset, and then you can anticipate what this address next move will be. And so you can go through this mempool and just hide many transaction types and also hide according to the underlying asset, so that in times of a lot of traffic here on the mempool, you can still keep an eye on the, for you, important information. Okay, so and now I will just mirror my app here on the screen. Just give me a second. So here it is. So what I'm going to show you now is, first of all, this is my DTM4 address, so the address is public anyway. And this address already has a wallet. And if you want to create a wallet, you have to pay 2 DFI. I did say this already, and then you have the wallet, and then I'm going to add some collateral. Let me just pick half of it and add the collateral here. This is also not my password I'm using normally. So, yeah, it was quite funny because yesterday in the rush I did put in my actual password and now we have to cut the video for YouTube. Yeah, but can happen. So what is happening now? The transaction is signed, and I'm just wondering why the add collateral did not show up here, or did I just miss it maybe because I was not watching on my computer screen?
Too fast block.
Was a fast block, okay. So this is also another good point. The average block time of DeFiChain is 30 seconds, but the standard deviation or variation, however you want to call it, of the blocks is not that good. So you have a high standard deviation from the average time. So there can be pretty long blocks and also pretty fast blocks, block time. It is not that perfect, and the core devs do know that, and maybe also will in the next time, tackle this. But for our trading, it's would be more fine, of course, if the average block time and the standard deviation would not be that high like it is right now, but still it's not that bad that it is like that. You can still make good trades here, and it's the same for everyone. If a fast block comes in, there's no time to react, maybe for bots, but also you don't have to be afraid of bots or anything. If you know what you are doing, you still can make very good profits, and bots are very effective when it comes to speed. So if there are actually pretty big shifts in the pools, so someone is swapping unreasonable high amounts and shifting the pool, everyone would take the counter trade, and of course bots, which are programmed to do that, are the fastest ones, but still there's always a little space, let's call it like that, for you also to act. And also bots have to be prepared, they have to be funded with collateral and everything, and bots are not taking every chance there. So yeah, it's just like that. But if they are programmed, you have no chance to beat them, but no worries still, and we do show this at every DTM there are a lot possibilities to make profit still. Yeah. So then let's choose one asset to short. I will now go here to DStocks minus DeFiChain web app. And this is also pretty important. So I did show you the mempool, I did show you investing.com, and then on the second screen here at home, I always have this open. So I know about all assets. On the DeFiChain DEX, the actual Oracle price, the DEX price, and so with that coming the premium and discounts. I know the pool liquidity, which is also important to know because, like we did talk in the last workshop, it's important to know the amount which you are swapping through this. So there are pools which are low in pool liquidity, and there are pools which are very high in pool liquidity. And as a kind of reminder, if you have to act fast, just divide the pool liquidity by 1,000. So 5,500,000 divided by 1,000 is 5,500. This is amount, a little bit more, which you can swap through the pool with a slippage tolerance of about 0.5%, because of course you want not, when you are doing this, let's call them day trading trades, you don't want to move the pool too much, because then it can be that just someone is taking the opportunity and trades in the other direction, and then your trade cannot become profitable in the near future. But this doesn't mean that you can't swap bigger amounts and amounts which are moving the price by 1, 2, 3%, but it depends on your strategy. So if you are building, for example, a long-term portfolio and you say, okay, now it's pretty interesting to buy this MCIH, so the MSCI China ETF, and okay, it's minus 8% in a premium, in a discount. And you know what? I will just take the opportunity here and show you just a long position. What I do before that, so I know I have here a liquidity of 145,000, so divided by 1,000, so let's say 150 USD with a slippage tolerance of 0.5 would go through, but it's still in a very high discount, and then I just can have a look here at investing.com and look at the MSCI. Okay, it went down by minus 1.12%, but I say, okay, it's the MSCI China. Went up over the years, and now is kind of at this range. Yeah, let's just take the opportunity here, because the DeFiChain future swap, at which you can close this trade at a discount of minus 5%, is in 2 days on Friday. So I will just take this opportunity here also to show you and buy the MCHI. And before that, we can also have a look here at the Explorer, what happened the day over. So I will go for all addresses and then filter for MCHI. And then I can have a look here. Okay, 1 hour ago, someone sold quite big amount. That's why probably MCHI is in a discount. Can also now click here in his address, and okay, I don't see anything, so maybe it was just someone who had a long position and decided to close it, and then some other guys here started and took the opportunity and went long after, this address. So this address did actually 4 times in the same block. So this might be a bot. And yeah, still there is some nice chance, opportunity to profit. And I would just take this opportunity to swap 300. So it's double the amount and swap this to the MCHI. And I would try with 1% slippage tolerance. My wallet does show me how many MCHI I should get. That's an estimation because on top there is the fee and the slippage. And I think it should go through with 1% slippage tolerance. Then we can have a look here at the mempool and just sign this transaction. This is the actual amount which I will get, because the wallet then does calculate already into this the fee of 0.2% and also the slippage. Still, it can always be that someone else is just signing the same transaction or just doing the same swap, and even if this person is come a milliseconds before me in the mempool, I will get a worse price, but I'm protected by the slippage tolerance. And in case someone is buying a lot of and a price which I don't want to have, my swap will not be executed if the price I would get is below this tolerance there of 0%. So here I am. You can also click into my wallet. We have this wallet where I put in 1,300 USD, and yeah, right now I'm swapping. Let's see how long this block will be. And during the time, we now can have a look again at these stocks. And so what also is interesting, there's no immediate sell triggered by my swap. So sometimes people are also sitting in front of the mempool, maybe, or that are actually bots who just executing their swaps according to a defined price. But like we can see here, there are no immediate prices are coming. Immediate counter swaps are coming in. Might be that now someone is getting a notification. Okay, I just was long on MCHI and now someone increased the price. Now I'm starting to sell, but it didn't happen so far. So add pull liquidity, I will hide this also. And now coming back to this topic, Andreas, for example, you are at work and you had just a little spare time to start a swap here. Then you can go to DeFiChain.trade, go to explore. I already looked here for MCHI to any. So what I can see here is now any swaps to USD, MCHI, and vice versa, because it's sold for and both with and bought with. And I can also go here just for sold for. But most of the time I'm just using this. I could also here filter for DFI. So when was the last time DFI have been swapped to MCHI, or vice versa? MCHI has been swapped to DFI. But we want to see any swaps related to MCHI. So we pick MCHI, sold for, bought with any. And then we can click here on this arrow, and we will call this notification MCHI. Submit notification, and this will automatically connect you to your Telegram. So I click here on send message, and it's not even, didn't have to, I already have the alert here. You can't see this. I click on start and now it says now active MCHI. and I can use this to get informed by my Telegram app whenever a swap has been happened in the DeFiChain DEX related to MCHI. So it's not that mempool swaps are notifying me, but it's when the swap did actually happen. So whenever there was a swap and the block was minted, I get a notification and then can react. Did someone buy? Do I want to close my trade then? I can have a look again what happened. So nothing happened so far, but it was just me who pushed down, increased the price, the DEX price here. So the discount is not that high anymore. There's still a nice deviation to the future swap target there. So I'm still a little bit safe or feel good in this position. And now I can just relax, do nothing. I also can go to bed, and tomorrow I will have a look what happened. But even if I'm at work or I'm out with friends, I get my notifications there and yeah, can react accordingly. Okay.
That's interesting thought.
Yeah. Yeah, it's I can just motivate everyone to get used to DeFiChain.trade. So what Ruben started there wouldn't be possible for us actually to make these gains if we wouldn't have all these information. I will not cover them in this workshop, so we will start with basic swaps here. But I can just tell you, even if there's someone is taking a loan and then you click into this and have his address, you can anticipate the next move of the address, and this gives you quite interesting possibilities. Also, yeah, maybe you have to wait because there's some other address still having a full bag of whatever, the Tesla, and you see this address is selling all the time. The price seems to be okay, but you can anticipate that this address maybe will start even more selling, and you, according to this information you're having because of this tool, you decide, I will not sell now, I will wait a little bit. Yeah, and that's quite powerful and also pretty, just for me it's very interesting to act here with using these tools and a lot of fun. Yeah, and you will just get more experience when you have started, make your first drop, and everything start slowly with small amounts. And yeah, everyone is making also mistakes. Me also, Honsan also. But if you using this tool, it will empower you to make some very good decisions. Yeah. Okay, then let's also do a short position, a short trade. So what is in high premium? So what I want to say before that, what I'm now just doing is I buy the assets which are highly discounted, and I will now sell a D asset which is highly in a premium. But during the market opening, or if there's more volatility in the markets, on the actual markets and also on the DEX, and according to your experience and your skills, you don't have just to look at these assets, which are at these barriers here, at high premium or high discount. But I think I can recommend to have a look at first, which are at these borders, because there's always the future swap coming once a week, and at settlement block you are then able, if you short here this Solar ETF, for example, you can buy back the TAN, the asset, the TAN, at a premium of 5%. So, of course, you have to consider what is actually going on and also kind of anticipate the next days. Is it actually worth to buy TAN? Maybe it's in a high premium because some people are anticipating Solar ETF to go up the next days. But just for today to show you, and for a beginner is always good and a good chance to start at these borders. And now I will have a look again at the pool liquidity. So it's about 190 USD or equivalent of the DTAN I want to swap, which are 40, around 40, 50, 40, 45 of these tokens. Before that, let us have a look what happened to TAN today. So it went down also heavily. The price is currently at 24.73, 42.73. So it will go up a little bit. The ORIC price is not yet at this state, but still will stay in this premium. Can also now have a look again here at the Explorer, what happened today. And not much going on for TAN. So this guy bought some for this address. Someone sold here. It's all some time ago, so I want to not to go too much into detail here now and just show you how to execute a short position. So I will go back to my vault, click on borrow. Oh, sorry. Yeah. So I'm here at my vault. I will click on borrow, pick the TAN, so what did I say, 45, oh no, was not good math, no, 10 is $450, and so 5, way too much. So I can see here, these are $213. Click on continue. My collateralization ratio then will be at 609%, so pretty safe. Just borrow this and sign the transaction. And now you can see here, someone is taking a loan of 5 TAN, and that's me. In the meantime, we can hide here some transaction types, so I'm not interested in transfer domain, which is actually the swap between DVM and EVM side. Now the block is over, and you did see another fast block that came after that. My wallet did synchronize. Now I have the 5 TAN here. And I will swap all of them to DUSD. $229 is the estimated price. You can see here what the actual wallet is calculating now. Here mission repack is also going on, 3000 TFI to DUSD, very nice. And yeah, 45.87 is the current DEX price. I can see it here also in the wallet. And then on top I will have the fees. And the slippage. So I will end up with 229.35. If no one else is faster than me, I will sign the transaction. Okay, another fast block. Okay, here I am in this one. Currently in the mempool, then we can have a look. The price of TAN is currently at 45.87. It's in a premium of 7.4%. And when the transaction is added to the blockchain, the price, of course, of TAN has to be lower, because I'm now adding TAN token to the DEX pool and taking out some DUSD. So I'm hiding here auto auth. I don't need this. Any accounts to accounts. It's just the transfer of DFI within the blockchain. Yeah. So let's see when during this time we can discuss a little bit, or are there any questions meanwhile? Because it's now 9:30, I think we will go for maybe 15 to 30 minutes if you have a question at this point.
No, not from my side.
Oh, okay. Okay. Also, we can talk a little about pre-market and after hours, because there also might be some interesting possibilities to trade, because at the DeFiChain, at the DEX, you can trade around the clock, 24/7, and every day in the year you can swap. The markets are never closed, and yeah, the average individual, let's say it like that, is not able to trade pre-market or after hours. I don't know exactly who is, but this might be institutions or some other people, but we can't. But what we can watch what is happening in the after hours, for example. And I personally use, for example, investing.com also. Did show you before that you can also add the extended hours there. The aftermarket hours will start in 30 minutes. And if you want to, you can also have a look what is happening in the aftermarket hours. So from my perspective, it's actually pretty risky to trade aftermarket hours, but there are also some quite interesting possibilities. For example, if there are the earnings are announced of some stocks, you can then sometimes profit from watching the aftermarket hours and see the movements in the aftermarkets because of just announced earnings, and then you can already act on the DEX. Yeah, it's a chance, but also risky. Several times I did see that the price also at the earnings, so earnings have been positive. Markets after market hours were pumping of the stock, but then after some minutes, it was just going in the opposite direction. So you have to be careful, but still there are some quite interesting possibilities. For example, also the UNG, so the gas, liquid, UNG, so the did forget the exact name, but so it's the gas ETF there. And also if you watch the pre-market hours of this one, for example, sometimes there are some quite heavy movements. And yeah, you just act on the DEX during pre-market hours and have some nice possibilities there. So in the next block or some addition have been minted. I now can just see that MCHI was also bought just. And I did get a notification here also, just a little amount, but so it pushed my price of my long position a little bit up. Not enough because I had to pay the slippage and the fee, but still it's positive for me, of course. So now we wanted to have a look at the price. So I sold TAN and the price did decrease to 45.67 DUSD. So also interesting to know, this is always at 1 DUSD being $1. So we as a trader always think just in DUSD. We know that the oracles are implemented in the chain, and so the chain is fed with oracle data, and the system is working in that way that the assets in DUSD are trading relatively around the oracle price. So it's not necessary to think about the current discount of DUSD. So you just think in DUSD. DUSD is always at 1. And yeah, so I pushed down this price of the TAN by selling it. So there's still a quite high premium. And now I go back to the Explorer and set some additional notifications. So now my Telegram to tell me now active TAN. So now I have 2 notifications active and I have a long position on the MSCI China and I have a short position on the TAN. I have to think about that I'm short, so I always have to have enough DUSD here to closing the short position, to being able to close the short position, of course. And I now could also go here and say I want to short a little bit more, or if I'm at the Dex Trading Masters and I just have been starting with 500 USD, I will go to the border of the minimum collateralization ratio. Depending on the information I have, maybe I will even loop some DUSD, take another loan and sell it. So loop my short position and so on, but always important to think about what you have to do in what scenario, but you will learn this with gaining some experience. Yeah, so just be prepared and think about it. What is the consequence of your acting there on the DEX? Yeah, I think so. We have a little bit more time. I think let's do some more minutes, maybe 8 minutes. I just want to show you another interesting thing. I think it was built by Kügi. Did I have linked it here? Honzon, do you know, is this Pool Watch? Is this the bot? I think so, yes.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah. So this is the Telegram bot. And I can also give you after this workshop here the presentation. You have all the links, and just click in here and you will have a bot in Telegram which will always give you notifications when a big pool shift is coming in. I think always then when there's a pool shift which is having a slippage more than 2% or which is actually changing the pool ratio more than 2%. And this one notifies you or gives you alerts not just when the pool is when the block is minted, so the transaction is added to the blockchain. No, it already gives you an alert when the transaction is in the mempool. So having this this bot, this DeFiChain Pool Watch, is also an interesting chance to react to these big pool shifts. So just let's make an example here. So maybe it's not like now that you are at home and have the mempool in front of you, but if you're very dedicated, you're checking from time to time what is going on the DEX. You have a kind of overview in your mind already, so you know, okay, well, here NVIDIA is also already pretty discounted, and then you have a kind of overview and you know a little bit, and then you get an alert. Someone is selling 20 of these NVIDIA token, which would shift then the pool by, I don't know, 2, 3, 4% and put it into a discount of, as an example, -8% or -7, -6%. And because of this alert, you can then now react fast and try to be the first one who is countering this sell, and also, yeah, just being aware that this bot is existing, and many people are using this bot, and yeah, so you should know also. I think Küge did this. He coded it and just give it to everyone, so everyone can use this information of the bot. Yeah, I think we did manage to go through quite some things, and maybe just coming back to Dex Trading Masters. Yeah, I just want to motivate you to be there. I think the enrollment fee is quite fair, and yeah, just to remind you, this time we will burn the 10% of all the fees. So it's the the repack edition of the Dex Trading Masters, and would just be very nice if some of you would register there and compete for some nice prizes, and yeah, maybe start your journey, and yeah, just also have some fun there. Yeah, I think with that being said, it's, yeah, if there aren't any questions from your side, I think we can finish for today. So
I can only offer, if someone want to, for example, ask me for something, I'm open to answer also.
Yeah. Yeah, the Telegram chat. So if you are in there and you are having an idea what to trade, so you can always ask, does it make sense to do this trade? And you will get how can we say, pros and cons of this trade. Also give you some advice what to think about, and yeah, it's just we want to share our information to motivate more people to start DEX trading, and we think it's very important for the whole blockchain that more and more people are actually using our D token system, because traders have to pay fees, and fees are going to the liquidity providers, and we need liquidity on the DEX. And if we are having more D assets being minted or bought and put on the DEX, this will also increase the price of the DFI. So we just think it's all about onboarding more people here and empower people just to use DeFiChain what it intentionally was designed for. And if we think now about projects on the DMC side like DevSphere, who are supporting the whole system, so they are kind of leveraging the DVM side with the D-Asset system on the DMC side, and they are also planning to bring on some leverage long protocols, I think. On their side, it's just good for everyone to know how the native side, the DVM side, the D-Asset DEX is working, if we would then want also to be successful there on the DMC side. And I think that's it for today. So thank you very much for listening, and everyone who has watched on YouTube, feel free to give a like and activate the bell, and also just follow us there, and this will help us to get more reach. And thank you very much for listening, and I hope I will see you at the next workshop, which will be after the DTM5. So have a good evening, everyone. See you and happy trading.
Thank you very much.